And this, you lovely lot, is why I work on people who bite their nails. And apart from having lost a couple, they were all pretty much intact with very little to no lifting. And if you find content like this useful, please do remember to drop me a like and a follow, as I'm doing new content all the time. So as always, I am super thorough with my prep, and particularly when it comes to people who bite their nails, I'm particularly gentle. So you'll see in a moment, you'll see this by the cuticle here, there's a little bit of nibbling happened there. So obviously I want to be super careful because I don't want to aggravate that. So the flame bit that I'm using is really gentle too, and I am using it on quite a fast speed, so I don't need to apply any pressure or anything like that. So it's probably around about 16, and I go in forward on the down the left hand side of the nail and reverse down the right hand side of the nail. So because my client gets a lot of manicures, or certainly a manicure once every 3 weeks when I do her nails, it means that there isn't a lot of non-living tissue to trim, and the prep overall does take a little bit less time. So once I've done all of that, I will cleanse it, and then I'll dehydrate and prime using my Young Nails Protein Bond. I always use 2 coats of that. When applying the cuticle bead, I'll place just a little bead just underneath the cuticle, tuck it in at the cuticle, and then I'll literally blend it down over the nail. I'm trying not to touch that apex too much so I don't ruin the structure. Then on the next nail, we needed to do a full cover nail. So I'm doing a 2 bead because she's only got teeny tiny nails, so there's not a huge amount of product needed. So I go in around about halfway up the nail, maybe a little bit more, place that bead and blend it down towards the tip. And then that second bead there is to apply as to do the cuticle area, and then blend that down towards the tip as well. Again, I'm not touching that apex area because I want to keep that intact. I'm just touching the front of the bead because I want to smooth that in with the rest of my product. So the next step is to file. I'm using a metal filing board here, and it has really improved, sped up and improved my filing to no end. I'll try and do the same routine on every single nail because it means that everything's going to be uniform. Now, I did do a tortoiseshell nail. I've left some of the process in, but if you go to the top of my profiles, there will normally be a tutorial video, or if you scan down, I do have tortoiseshell tutorials on there that are a little bit more in depth. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this, and as I said before, if you found it helpful, please do drop me a like and a follow, and make sure you share it with anybody who might find it useful. Thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Bye now.